from here. Hey everybody, how y'all doing? This is a nice fall, beautiful week we have here. And so we're so excited because we have got a special guest and I'm so excited. I'm just going to turn right over to you, Lori, because this is one of your very good friends and I just want you to, be able to introduce her. And with that, I just want to say, how are you doing today?
I
Hi,
am doing fantastic. Oh, and you too, Vanessa. How you
I'm
doing,
doing
Vanessa?
great too.
Okay, great. Yeah, I just want to introduce you, Vanessa. I mean, we've known each other for a long time, and I know you had a charity thing that you and your sister were doing, and we're doing a
Yeah.
great job with that. We had you on before, but I want to talk to you about your new venture. Okay, so here with no further ado, here is Vanessa Mussatto, and her company is called Mandala Art by Vanessa. What a concept. Could you tell us all about it?
Absolutely, absolutely. So last year I went to San Miguel, and that's in Mexico, and I learned the technique of mandala art. It actually originated in India, but a lot of the Spanish, Mexican countries really do this artwork a lot. And so I learned how to do it down there, and I brought it back to Plainfield, Illinois.
Yay.
Well, that's so
So yeah. So mandala art is also called dot painting. So I'm just going to kind of go through a little instructions on how you get from point A to point B, and show you guys how I start this out. So I apologize if I look down because I'm grabbing things, but I just want to let you know. The first, you can do mandala art on anything. You can do it on coasters and ceramic vases and trays and furniture, but we have to start out somewhere in learning the process. So
Mhm.
my classes usually are for beginner classes, and then we can move up to higher level things to paint. So with the first classes that I do, I start out with a black canvas, if you can all see that. And
Yeah.
on this canvas, you'll notice that there's white lines, and this is my stencil.
Okay.
And
Hmm.
so I put my stencil on here, and I draw in these white lines with chalk. Okay. And the reason we use chalk is because we want it to erase off, because not everybody is going to put all their art on every single line here. Your vision is your vision. And if you want to stop and not fill this all up, you don't have to. So what I do is I start out my classes with a training session, and my training session has these laminated forms that we learn how to use and do mandala art to be able to create the dots around your dot, and just some little fancy crowns. I also do my class where you guys get to practice on how to do all of these things, such as the dots. These are different forms of dots called walking the dots, where you can see it goes from bigger to smaller. And then we have something called swishes. Okay. And so, my class, you will learn how to do all of these things in order to put it to canvas. Some of the things that you need to do your mandala art class is you need tools, you need special tools. And so I provide everybody with these special tools. I'm just going to hold up a couple. We have our swishing tool that looks like this. It comes in various sizes. We have our dotting tools. There's 5 different sizes. The tips, as you can see, are go small to big. We have several different sizes of these to create your dots. And then we also have other tools like this that are bigger to make bigger dots. We have various sizes, as you can see on that, to also make your dots. So these are things that you need that I do provide for the class so that everybody can learn how to paint. Um, and when I say that everybody can learn how to paint, there's various things that you can paint. For instance, with that stencil that you saw me do, one art piece was like created like this. And this is
Amazing.
no, this is a person that, these are what I'm holding up to you are for people who have never put a dot tool to canvas. These are their first creations. Okay. That's one. Here's another one I just want to show you that, again, just, different styles, and you will see this vision as you start to work with this and the stencil. You will come up with different techniques, different things you want to do, from just basically learning that 15-minute class that I run before we start putting paint to canvas. And then also here's another one just to show you.
Wow.
So everybody, when they look at these, they think that they're actually painting that design, and they're not. You'll never ever be able to. I mean, I can't say that you can't paint what we paint or the displays that you will see, but it's most easiest if you paint your own design, because trying to copy is very, very difficult. Um, so also too, I supply you with all kinds of beautiful paints. As you can see, you get to pick out your own colors. We kind of try to keep that at 5 colors or less, because sometimes it gets just too busy. I personally like 4, but some people want 5, which is completely fine. So currently right now I host children's parties, but they have to be at least 13 years of age. I just did a Mexican themed birthday party, which all the kids loved it.
Oh,
I
I love
also,
it.
yeah, I also do seniors at the senior center here in Plainfield,
Ooh.
and I'm also in Naperville Park District as well. And I will tell you that my oldest senior is 95, and she does a beautiful job and has already taken 2 classes because she just enjoys it. With this kind of art, when you do a party or a group setting, with this kind of art, I feel it's so much more creativity. You're also relaxing more. Whereas when you're painting a canvas that somebody provides you with a picture on it, you're trying to just put too much into it. This, you're just taking these lines and just running with them with color and creativity. So to me, I prefer teaching these classes. I think people love to do these classes because they are creating their own design. They're not copying off of something else or a stencil that's already on the paper of, like, say, their dog. I've been to parties like that where it's been their dog, or, you're painting a cup or a mug or, a wreath. So these things are definitely something where you can just really do a lot of creativity. I personally get so involved with them. There's other things that you can do, which I have now moved up on. I just want to briefly show you where you can go from start to finish. But these are a couple other designs that I started doing now. And this is one canvas that was created.
Wow.
And
Ooh.
so the center portion of that peace sign is actually a disc. And the disc, which I can show you, is I have a bunch of discs, but this would be like the center disc. So I order these actually off Temu, and then you place it to your canvas, and then you come up with your beautiful design in framing it. I have one more to show you on that. I just did this as well for my cousin. She loves fish and sea life. And again, the disc is in the center, and then we painted all around it. So
It
those are
looks
just a
like
couple
it's
options.
like you're inside of a cruise boat and you're looking out the
Yeah,
Yeah.
for this
yeah,
one, for sure, for
yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
yeah.
And then also too, I just, me, I never do anything in moderation. So, I have a cute little dog. I do this is kind of like is it called Dawn of the Dead, or where these kind of things are featured. Because again, we have some of these things in Mexican theme, okay,
Hmm.
and you can paint your canvas with some of these things as well. This was one of my personal favorites. I'm actually going to do for myself.
Oh,
Um,
cute.
so, so like I said, I have classes that I teach, and you again would start out with the basics and maybe do 1 or 2 classes, and then you move up to something else. My At the senior center that I'm doing right now, we are moving on to Christmas theme, where I had stenciled some Christmas ornaments and some Christmas. I apologize, I don't have those with me because they're actually at the senior center on display, where I took my same canvas, as you can see, just a black canvas, but I put ornaments on here. We also did a Christmas tree, and then they're going to mandala dot paint with, their tools and things on that canvas. And then again, you can move up to, like, this is a vase. You can do coasters. You can do a candle holder. So you just have to take some classes in order to get to that level. You can't just start out there. You really have to learn the fundamentals of how to use your tools, what this is all about, and how to dot on canvas first.
I have a question.
So
I have a question.
yes, ma'am.
So, do you do like this? Do you come to people's homes to do this as well if you want to set up a
Yes.
party? Okay. So if they have a location and then do you require like, X amount of people to be there? Like,
Um, you
great.
know, generally I do. My maximum amount of people would probably be no more than 12,
Hmm.
maybe 10.
Okay.
And the reason being is it takes a little bit of time. I am doing a party in a couple weeks at somebody's home and there's 12 people. Generally, sometimes I bring my daughter with me so she can help move it along. But when we come to these stencils, and as you can see on one of these canvases, I'm just going to show you. Um, Again, you won't, this stencil was used to create this, but if the person didn't have, had lines in this area here where that stencil was, we have to erase all those lines. So that takes us a little bit of time to sit there and get all those lines off. So you have your black canvas with only your paint. But we want to give you the opportunity with all of these lines because you want to create something maybe that's a little bit more busier or maybe not. But we want to offer you this amount of canvas coverage so that you're able to paint what you want to paint. So it does, there is a little bit of time where I have to sit there and erase some lines. We also have to seal it with some spray. So I would say 12 people would be the max. I think the minimum I would travel for, depending on how far I'm traveling, is 5 people.
Mhm.
And like with some of the places that I do, we do a couple classes. So maybe again, Lori had mentioned something about her church, and maybe she had 20 people. Well, maybe we would do two classes. Maybe we do a class for 10 and another class for 10. I
Right.
can come to your house, however way you want to do it. I usually bring sweet treats and yeah. So and then
And-
if you want to do a wine and sip, or
well,
however way you want to do it. I will say that it's kind of, you can definitely drink water and sip, but you can't really eat at the time that you're painting because you cannot take a chance in anything getting in your paint or your canvas.
Right,
So I
exactly.
usually have people snack before while I'm setting up and
Yeah.
then, that kind of thing. Yeah.
that's
Now
awesome.
I could see this so much, Debbie, for a reunion of friends from high school, like our girlfriends and stuff getting together and having that. Debbie and I are both in bunco groups, but she's got what, 12 and yours. I could see my bunco group. We have small, we're down to six, but that would be
Hmm.
nice. There's so many things that you could do with it. Now,
Right.
you don't have to say the cost, but what does this all include? Do they get to take any of these things home besides the art? Like
So it they just
schools?
yeah, they essentially get their art. I do
Yeah,
charge $25 and I'll tell you why. It takes a lot of prep work for me to prepare this canvas for you. And then it
yeah,
takes a lot of work. It takes me 3 hours to, you're going to be in the class for
yeah.
about 2.5 to 3 hours. And then also too, then I have to, prepare it again for you to take home. So I do charge $25 a class.
Well, I think that's
That's
great. I
very
think
reasonable.
that's fantastic for what you're
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah.
Um,
So,
question. Do
yeah,
you ever see yourself opening a studio that maybe set a goal, right? Have you got that in?
yes, I love it so much and I get lost in this. And if anybody again wants to take a class or two, I already have my little senior ladies buying their tools online at Amazon and they are starting to try to do a little bit at home.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, I don't know why you froze.
She froze a second. Yeah. Okay. Huh. Her internet connection. We'll be patient here for a second. All right, I can hear in the background a little. Laura, do you have a way of texting to her or anything or messaging to her?
I sent her a message.
Okay.
Well, we could talk while we're trying to get
Well,
her on.
here she's kind of like doing her. Oh, there she is.
Oh,
sorry.
there you are. Oh, we
Yeah.
lost you for.
That's okay.
It's okay. We're
Yeah,
among friends here.
I get involved in it that I'm like upstairs painting for like 4 hours and it's already like 4:30 and I'm like, "Oh my God, where did the time go?" I also have my friend that comes over and she paints with me. It's a really nice hobby. And if, an
Yeah.
inexpensive hobby once you start doing it,
Mhm.
paints, I love this kind of paint. The Deco Art paint is the only paint I use. It's
Mhm.
acrylic.
Yeah.
This brand is great. Usually, those you can get on sale at Michael's for like $1.50 a bottle. It lasts you a long time. Your tools, I think your tools, you can buy all the complete tool set for like maybe $13 for all of the tools
Wow,
at
that's
Amazon.
great.
Yeah, and then you can get canvases in bulk too, at Michael's, and then you have to prep them and get them ready. So, but
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, it's a hobby that, once you get set up, uh, you don't have a lot of cost factor involved unless you're me that goes crazy and wants to buy every stencil out there or any kind of insert to do these big ones. But yes, it's great fun and so relaxing. I just get lost in it myself.
So there is a thing called art therapy, and it's really good for people. Now, I mean, people who have stress, anxiety, overcoming things, maybe they need to stretch their brain a little bit. I remember we had a friend who went through a traumatic situation, and one of our first outings we did ceramic painting, and so it was
Mhm.
a great way that we got to do stuff. So I could see this just doing very, very well. I really can. I think this is
Yeah.
so cool. I love
And
it.
the unique thing is nobody does this here. Like I live in the Plainfield Naperville area, and we have tons of those wine and sips
Hmm.
places where you can actually go to, but nobody does mandala art.
Right.
So it's very new and it's very unique, and it's just creating your own artwork versus copying off of
Uh-huh.
something else. And
Right.
that's what makes it so great. I had my seniors, they're like, oh, we want to give them as gifts.
Hmm.
Christmas is coming. I did a couple classes. I did a class in Naperville, and theirs turned out beautiful. And they're like, we want to do it again. And everybody gets hooked after the first time.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, I could see it. I just love the whole idea. I can't wait to do it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'm looking for something that, I can't do a whole lot of stuff and just sitting there and do that. That's just going to be great. Great for
Yes.
any age. But you say that
Mhm.
use, I mean, your parties, but could younger kids do this with you?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I can do kids' parties. Absolutely. The only requirement I have, and this is the only reason why, is I think you need to be at least 13 years old.
Yeah, okay.
I did a party for like 14, 11-year-old girls. And what happened was they started out, their canvases were just absolutely stunning. But then they got tired. They got
Right.
hungry, they got tired, they lost interest. But in the beginning, they were so super focused. So I think I need to have somebody at least 13 years old that can sit for 2 hours and
Yeah,
actually work
right.
on this.
Yeah.
And that's
Yes.
why I have to have a higher age range for that.
Sounds
So yeah,
great.
so yes, I can do kids parties, any kind of
Mhm.
parties, family part. I'm actually doing a friend of mine. She's having all her family in there. There's some family from Mexico, and I'm doing it after the day after Thanksgiving because she has all her family in, and they all want to do
Oh,
this.
that's great. That's a great idea,
Yeah,
Vanessa.
Awesome.
yeah,
Yeah, and I just hope that, we're going to put Vanessa's information out there
Yeah.
and, start thinking about things you want to do to get together with some people. This is awesome.
hmm
I mean, with the way everything is in this world and everything, we all need a distraction to keep us positive. And that's
right.
such a great way to keep people positive.
Mhm.
Yes.
Is there any other questions, Debbie, you might have?
No, but I could also see this being like really cool for like team bonding for like a lot of
Work.
businesses and work like to pull things together. They do things because they want to kind of form like a nice
Mm-hmm.
camaraderie.
Mm-hmm.
I could see this definitely like with the family thing. We were just talking about trying to come up with some really good ideas to do over certain times to do like
Mhm.
with cooking and everything with the family. So why not twist it and do something creative and have everybody
Absolutely. I
anybody,
have.
male or female, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter,
Oh, yeah. I had team
Mm-hmm.
building.
Mhm.
I had a team building party because it was actually with my team that I worked with, and they all came here and we did it. and some of them brought their dads, some of them brought
Oh,
their
wow.
spouses. So I definitely have men participate because, they like to do this stuff too.
Yeah.
So
Right.
yeah,
Oh, yeah, definitely. Oh,
I'm
definitely.
actually going into I have two assisted living facilities that I'm going into too as well
Wow.
in the month of November. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I can see that. Definitely. I have to tell my friend Julie who he has a she works at one. I mean, definitely. That's awesome.
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah.
with all that being said, I'm so excited. What we're going to ask Vanessa that you just keep us abreast. You've got things going on. You want to share. You want to put up any of your artwork.
Yeah. So if
You could.
anybody wants to follow me on Facebook, they most certainly can. I think it's Mandala Art by Vanessa, and I am on Facebook. I do put my stuff up frequently. I
Mhm.
just put some stuff up the other day. I did a really nice, beautiful canvas. I don't know if you can see this, but I did
Oh,
this.
yes,
Yeah, that was
man.
beautiful. I saw
Or,
that.
So
Yes.
I do have a page that I put my stuff up on. And then all I ask is that if anybody is interested to just reach out to me so that I can have plenty of time to book and prepare canvases and different things like that. I'm pretty wide open in November. If somebody wants to do this Christmas, over the Christmas holiday,
Mhm.
I can come during the week. It doesn't have to just be a weekend. If it's like you said, Lori, you have a bunko group, maybe you meet on
Right, right.
Tuesday. I would just say, reach out, give me a call or an email or a text, and we can get something on the books, especially wintertime. People get bored, they're stuck inside. And this
Right.
is something that if they learn how to do this, then they can definitely,
Keep it up.
do this at home in the winter by
Mhm.
themselves. Yeah.
That's
Yeah, they're great.
awesome.
Absolutely.
Well, we'll have
So,
Lori will send you well, you can post on our group and everything after this airs. We can have it where you
Sure.
can, put your links and everything. So everybody will have that and update that. Lori will help do that as well. And but this is great. This is great. We're probably at the end here where we probably want to close out. So Lori,
Yes.
you want to close us out, but man,
I
thank
sure will.
yeah.
Yeah, Vanessa, thank you so much. And we'll put out all our information and please contact her. This is awesome. And
Thank you.
if anybody has any questions, you could send us a message or definitely get on Vanessa's page.
Mhm.
Okay, it's Mandala Art by Vanessa, correct?
Yes.
And very easy to find. I found it very easy. We'll put the connection there. So with that, I want to say everybody have a great weekend
Thank
Yes.
you
and
Have a
so
call
great
much.
Vanessa.
weekend.
And you know
Thank you
what?
so
Thanks,
much.
Vanessa. And
Yes.
Debbie, we'll talk to you and have a great weekend. God bless
Bye.
Sure.
all of you.
Thanks,
Bye
guys.
bye.
Bye.